Good morning, friends. Happy Sunday morning. Today is February 18th. It's good to have you all with us this morning. This is our Sunday morning announcement video, and I'm going to add our actual announcements to the comments. We don't have a ton going on today or this week, but we do want to make sure that you know all that we have happening. We are now well into the season of Lent, and that means that we are starting our Lenten worship services, our community Lenten worship services this Wednesday. This Wednesday at noon. Our first gathering will be at First Methodist in downtown Rocky Mount. That includes a brief worship service, time to gather with your community, and then time for lunch afterwards, which is always really nice. It's a chance to gather and get to know each other and kind of spend some time with our other churches within our community. So that's coming up this Wednesday. Of course, we have worship today. I did want to share one interesting little Lenten bit of information for you. So during the season of Lent, when we have a Sunday in Lent, we call it the first Sunday in Lent. Now, you may be thinking, okay, cool. But the reason that we do that every other season when we have Advent, it's the first Sunday of Advent, the second Sunday of Advent. Same thing with the Easter season and Epiphany. But during Lent, we call our Sundays, we say they're in Lent and not of Lent, because our Sundays during Lent don't count. Some of you may have heard that growing up over the years or in different places. I remember my dad calling them mini Easters growing up. And so, he would always tell us Sundays don't count. So that's your like cheat day for the week. So if you've given up something for Lent, you certainly don't have to take a break on Sundays, but it doesn't count in our 40 days that we celebrate the Lenten journey. So when you come to church and you see it in the bulletin, the first Sunday in Lent, it's because it lives within the season of Lent, but it is not actually a day of the Lenten fast. Whatever it is that you decide to do for Lent, your Lenten discipline, whatever it may be, whether it's giving something up, taking something on, trying to be more kind, trying to be more patient, whatever those things are that you're taking on, I hope that journey is going well for you. And we'd love to hear your Lenten stories, how that's working, how that's been, and how it's helped you, most importantly, grow closer to God. Lent is not a diet program, and it's not a I'll try to be nice program. It's taking on opportunities to be different and to grow with God. So when we're tempted by that thing that we gave up, that's our time to turn to God and to say, God, give me the strength to get through this thing. And when we're taking on disciplines, when we struggle to take on those disciplines, to live into it, that's our opportunity to ask God, hey, give me the strength for this thing that I am trying to be or trying to become. So that's it. If you are new to us, we are the Mills Church. We are an affirming congregation, United Methodist New Faith community here in Rocky Mount. And basically what that means is we're a baby church. We just started a couple of years ago, and we are growing and always excited to have new people. But we want everyone to know that when you come here inclusive of who you are. So not in spite of who you are, not any of that, inclusive of who you are. We want you to genuinely come as you are, be who you are, and be loved as you are. And we mean that without any sort of bait and switch, like we want to change you. Of course, we all want to be better, right? We want to grow and join our walk with God, but we believe that you are created in the image of God, and that is something to celebrate. So come as you are. We have communion every Sunday. And an invitation to the table that is extended to everyone, because God makes a place at the table for everyone. So I just wanted to make sure you know that. We hope you'll join us for worship this morning at 10:30. We are located at 911 Falls Road in Rocky Mount, right near the Rocky Mount Mills. And you can also join us online, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch for our worship service this morning. I do want to ask two quick prayer requests as we head into this week. One specific request has been from our bishop to pray for the cabinet in our appointment season. So in the United Methodist Church, one thing that's unique to us is our pastors are appointed. We are sent. We are commissioned to places. We don't put out applications and go wherever there's a search committee, but we are sent by a cabinet. And so for the next month or so, 2 months, our cabinet will be in appointment making season where they will be discerning the needs of congregations, the needs of churches, and where people will go. So they have asked for prayers for the cabinet. So be in prayer for them as they discern, be in prayer for pastors who may be getting a call that they're moving, whether expectedly or unexpectedly. Pray for children of clergy because, y'all, that's a tough gig to have to be the kids that move around. I know because I grew up in it. My husband grew up in it. Our kids grow up in it. But it's difficult. So pray for the children of clergy. Pray for the spouses of clergy. It's a difficult season of waiting and waiting to hear. We also ask for prayers for General Conference, which will be happening towards the end of April, beginning of May in Charlotte. So it's close by this year. But we ask for prayers for that because there's all kind of business that happens at General Conference. If you're unfamiliar with our polity and structure, I can give you a lifelong lesson about it because I love talking. But I'll give you the simple answer for today, that General Conference is the gathering of the United Methodist Church sort of as a whole. People from all over the world come and we vote and we talk about the structure of our book of discipline, which is sort of the law of the church. And in doing that, we can make changes to the discipline, we can make revisions, but it has to be done through the action of General Conference. We also vote on things like budget and bishops. Well, we don't vote for bishops, but we vote on budget that affects voting for bishops and things like that. Bishop voting happens at jurisdictional conference. And I'll share more about that later this summer. But just be in prayer for General Conference. Pray for our delegation, who, especially those abroad who are trying to get visas to make sure that they can be here. Pray for all of those who are traveling, for those who are coordinating General Conference, for the volunteers who are working, for all of the delegation as they. It's a big commitment, y'all, to be on the delegation for General Conference because you're talking 2 weeks straight of meetings and conferencing. It is a lot, and it's a lot of heavy work and heavy commitment. So prayers for all of those. So I ask that over the next couple of months as we head up to General Conference that you will be in prayer for the General Conference. And as we get closer, we'll be sharing more things like specific prayers for General Conference. There will be a worship service for General Conference that we'll be participating in online. And so just stay tuned for all of that. We'll share more. But those are the basic things that are happening this week. Worship today at 10:30 and our Lenten worship service at noon on Wednesday at First United Methodist. So we hope to see you soon. We look forward to having you this morning. If you have prayer concerns that you want us to know about or lift during worship, please let us know. Feel free to send a message or leave a comment or shoot me a text during worship. That is totally okay too. But we just want to be sure to keep you and your needs in our prayers as well. All right, friends, I look forward to seeing you later this morning. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday.